Excuse me, I'm trying to concentrate over here. And will you watch your ruddy language? My ears are not a toilet.
You're listening to Comics Podcasting on the edge of civility.
I guess we should eventually decide that we want to talk some comics or some shit like that, huh?
That really doesn't sound like me.
It totally does. No, you hate talking about comics.
I hate talking.
That's not true. You are about the most talkative motherfucker I know. Get you going on something, you don't fucking stop, dude.
If storytelling, yes. No, but talking to people and hearing their opinions back, no. Not really.
Oh, no, we don't hear opinions back. You know that. So what's the big deal?
I hear yours.
Well, isn't that good enough? Oh, I guess not. Oh, God. What the hell is this movie we're watching again? In episode 232 of TMG Cast?
009-1 and then some other shit. Some spy flick, cyborg spy flick from, I think, Japan.
Oh, it's Japanese, all right. They're the only ones who make boob guns.
That's not true. Austin Powers.
That was
the
a parody
end of the
on...
beginning.
Ugh, whatever. This thing is automatically ridiculous because it's got numbers in the title. What?
That is not a rule.
Okay, how many other good flicks do you see with numbers in the title? Not counting the number of the flick.
10 Little Indians.
10 Little Indians. Okay, that's one.
Fistful of Dollars.
Not numbers.
Damn it. 3 Days of the Condor. That's a great flick.
You've got 2 so far.
Well, that's 2 more than you suggested. You know, I'm just getting started.
They're
here.
also quite ancient, by the way.
All right.
Yeah.
7 Days, 7 Nights.
Spelled out.
No, that's an awful film.
Oops. Yeah, it's not as easy as you thought, was it?
And well, you know,
I think we can establish a baseline, can't we?
I found 2 so far.
2 over how many decades?
Hey, you know, it's not like I spent a lot of time collecting number movies.
Yeah, but you watch more movies than anyone I've ever known.
That's sad but true.
Yeah. So, whatever, pal.
Now anyway. I tend to watch way more TV. Like, there's so much good TV, I can't even get the movies. It's very weird.
Yeah, well, but you've had decades of working in video stores as well. So.
I am a lazy man.
Yeah, well, what can I tell you?
So what episode is this?
232
of
TMG Cast.
Tomorrow!
Where we strive to no longer be mean. What? We had to do it sometime. Nobody gives a shit.
Tommy Max Goblins, the podcast.
Tommy Max? No, that's terrible. You got to try a lot fucking harder than that if you're gonna. Jesus Christ, Bill.
What? You don't know if Tommy Max Goblins or not.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, exactly.
And if he does, it's disgusting, and I want nothing to do with it on my show.
Do you even know a Tommy?
Do I know any Tommies currently? No. I
still like Trey Mucho Gusto, but you know that.
3. No. Doesn't work. There's only 2 of us. Jesus Christ. Come on.
No, Trey, very. It's 2 different languages.
Who? There's French?
Yeah.
No. You can't mix languages like that. Jesus
Why the
Christ.
fuck not, man? We're
because
Americans.
It's ridiculous.
We steal whatever we want.
Well, that's true, too. It's DC week, so we're delaying as much as possible.
All right, so what's going on in comic news?
We're not sure exactly how they're going to do it, but DC is going to resync their lines along with movie and TV.
Oh, that is just awful.
Now, whether they're going to start off with new number 1s is up for debate. We don't know that yet.
Are. Of course,
they very likely are. Which means I have to sell my Snyder number 1 Batman real fucking soon because it's not going to be worth $130 much longer.
Why is that worth $130?
Because it's the first Batman #1 that was named Batman, and everyone in the universe loves fucking Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
So,
you only have one of those?
Huh?
You only have one of those?
Yeah, I was not bright because I was convinced it was going to be so bad and would revert so soon.
Ah, interesting.
I was half right. Oh!
You're not going to sell it. Come on.
Of course I'm not going to sell that shit. What am I, a fucking idiot? It's my Batman #1.
Yeah, like madness.
What kind of fucking ridiculous talk are you making today?
You don't even want to get rid of BATMITE.
I'm getting rid of BATMITE, man.
You actually said several podcasts ago that you were going to hold on to it.
For till the next cull. That's about it. 3 years, that fucker's gone. Unless there's some kind of BATMITE renaissance that occurs, and oh look, everyone's demanding BATMITE back issues. That's about as likely as me marrying Jennifer fucking Lawrence. Don't act like you're calculating that. That's about even odds.
What? I'm just saying, I'm doing some math here. I didn't even say anything. Man can't do math on his own podcast?
Well, you can't do math at all.
That is not entirely true.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to take off your shoes to get to 20.
Oh, me. Hey, be fair. I am excellent in basic subtraction.
I'm excellent in arithmetic. Excellent arithmetic.
Is that actually right?
Arithmetic is the simple add, divide, multiply.
No, I didn't say add, divide, or multiply. But all the years of working in the bookstore with no fucking calculator or cash register, like I can do some fucking quick math. You put letters into that shit, it's all over. But
yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Well, let's turn down the mic sensitivity here. It's kind of crazy pants. Anyway,
so
what
are
else?
you going? If DC does another revamp start, are you going to start over with a bunch of new books again?
I'm going to have to look at the teams. You know, the teams are key. At this point in DC's history and evolution, the characters clearly don't fucking matter nearly as much as the team. The consistency just doesn't exist anymore. And let me tell you, if I'm going to have movie Superman, I'm not sure I'm going to care who writes it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
But that might make you much more prone to Arrow and Flash.
Maybe. Again.
Or Supergirl.
You know, I discounted Supergirl right off. I don't remember who in the fuck was doing who the team was, but I don't even know if that team is still on it. But I didn't like, you know, she was trying to be like super badass. Supergirl is not badass. Supergirl's strong, Supergirl's tough. She's not a badass. I never agreed with that, and if that's the direction, that can't be the direction because that's not how she is on TV.
Yeah, so they'll have to go.
She's a great character on TV.
I haven't watched it, so I have to take your word. I did finally watch all of The Flash, though. So I've seen all of the first season, you know.
And your judgment is?
I totally enjoyed it. I did not go into it with any kind of anticipation. You said it was good, but I generally don't trust you.
Oh.
So, no, not with nerd franchises. You are very forgiving. You loved Green Lantern the first time you saw it.
I did not love it. I did not hate it.
You were very pro it the first time.
I was fine with it on the big screen. There were elements of it I didn't like that stupid Hot Wheels track. That was ridiculous. I'm not sat there in the theater going, "This is ridiculous."
You tend to be very forgiving. Yes, when you revisit, you're like, "Shit," and we've all done that. Like that's the reason you go to see movies in the theater is because it's an experience, and that often aids a film.
Yeah.
Like when you see something on a small screen, it doesn't have the same effect. Like Mad Max on television was a great movie, but it was nowhere near as cool as watching all that shit blow up in Gigantavision.
Right. Right.
There really ought to be a Gigantavision.
Jumbotron. Can you imagine watching a movie like 6 seats away from the Jumbotron?
Not being blind by the end of it. Lens flare, no!
That would be funny, though.
That would actually suck, man. You'd leave the theater, you couldn't drive home, you'd be staring at the top of your car, like, fuck. That was a dumb decision.
I don't know. There's so many bad ways this can go. Because if Batman's just going to... It all comes back to Batman. Everything always comes back to Batman. For you talking DC, everything comes back to Batman. Now, what are they going to do with Sinestro? There's been no Sinestro on the screen that's worth talking about.
I assume they will...
So how are they going to align that, as they say?
It's a valid point. It's a question of, will they actually change it? Or will they just assume that the movie... See, that's the flaw with all these things, because the books that aren't covered...
Yeah, what do you do with
continue
those?
on their own, and then if they make... Because sooner or later with Justice League, there's going to be a Green Lantern something.
Yeah, there kind of has to be.
I assume they won't be using that Green Lantern film as their basis.
Probably not.
But perhaps they will, or, you know... Because you watch more of this. How far are you in Arrow?
No, I only did the first season.
Okay. And you watched all Flash.
I did not hate it, but I was not as enamored as everybody. I was like, okay, I wasn't crying at the end of it. So, but seasons 2 and 3 have been sitting there lying fallow while I get to other shit.
But have you done Legends of Tomorrow yet?
No, I always forget shit is on. I get involved in things, and then it's on TV. And
you don't tape all this stuff and then watch it later? I thought that was your MO.
Well, Chris does it for me, and then I get to it in a year or so.
Well, I mean, they could go the Batman films, or they could go the Gotham universe, where all the villains were around 20 years before Batman.
Oh, God, please don't do that.
I mean, so there's a lot of flaw. Like, on one level, it may... Like, if you're a casual comic book fan, there's a certain logic to doing that. Like, having everything align and be equal obviously makes some sense.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it would have been easier for them, however, if they had made the movies like the books to begin with.
You can't, though. Like, there's no way to make a comic book film that's 100% true to comics because there's so much stupid shit. And I think as a fan, you have to recognize that. Like, let's look at the Flash TV show. All the villains coming from the same core event, for the most part, has its flaws, obviously. Yeah. But you're also in a universe where there haven't been heroes and villains for 50 years, where there are no mutants or anything. And the whole idea that every random 2-bit criminal is actually a scientific genius. Like, if you look at the Rogues Gallery, all of their origins are basically... I built this weapon and then use it for evil. Or my brother, you built this weapon and then I used it for evil. Like, which is inherently dumb. Like, but if you look at Cold being a master criminal, stealing the gun and then giving his pyromaniac friend a fire gun, there's at least a realistic logic to the complete unrealistic comic book film.
It does flow more nicely, but the superpowered ones all coming from the same event, it kind of presses credulity.
Well, they've had one or two. Grodd didn't. Grodd was an experiment by Thawne. At least one villain, like Deathbolt or one of those guys that didn't matter, came from something completely separate they didn't explain.
Yeah.
So they have played in that realm a little bit, but having a core reason behind them, particularly because the DC Universe is trying to be more realistic in their overall and have less powers, which is flawed.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. I also don't know why they're restarting shit again. I mean, Marvel did something similar, but there's still a complete lack of logic from comic to film because you can't maintain it.
I don't know why they'd want to. I mean, I kind of get it, but I keep over and over and over, I keep seeing retailers say no shows are bumping up sales, no movies ever bumps up sales for any significant amount of time. The one is not affecting the other.
It's a sad gasp. Because the other thing is, the bubble is eventually going to pop on these things. But you're also going to lose. Like, let's say, all right, Legends of Tomorrow gets canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, so suddenly they can veer off any way they want, or they just cancel that book? Like,
well, I mean, if the book has got the threshold sales high enough, then why wouldn't they keep going?
I mean, when you deal with a property character like that, at least when it's your own character, you have free reign, but now you have two people going at cross purposes but having to be aligned. That never goes well.
It won't. It really won't. Some producer will want to put his stamp on it, and then some creative team is going to have to go bye-bye because they're not going to want to do it that way.
Right. I mean, just a contract dispute.
Yeah.
Like, Felicity left the show, or Diggle left the show.
Yeah, but you couldn't use their likenesses in the books anymore. But, I mean, the character is still owned by WB one way or another.
But that's my point. Like, if you're going to keep them aligned, you can't have the character continue in the book if they leave the show. So, one contract dispute, and this whole thing falls the fuck apart.
It's true.
Like, that's why, there's no thought behind these things.
I can't imagine that there's a lot of effort put into, the deeper, nitty-grittier aspects of it. I think somebody said, we should make them all match. It's a great idea, right? Oh. And then somebody else said, yeah, a unified universe like we always wanted. And then, this is where we're stuck.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is, the DC books have been less successful lately. And for whatever reason, they were doing crazy well. But they seem to have hit their pinnacle and are falling back down to earth a degree.
Yeah, well, I keep looking at the sales figures in the back of previews, and there's a lot of times where a majority of their books are not in the top 50.
For a long time, they had the top 10 though, and it was driving you crazy because you couldn't figure it out. But yeah, now the books are plummeting. So a revamp, I suppose, makes a certain amount of sense from that. But when you revamp every 2 years, and
it's been 4, but
not really.
48 issues, 4 years.
Has it really been 4 years?
Yeah.
It feels like a shorter amount of time.
And this is happening in summer anyway, so
well,
they'll be in
shipping.
the 50s. No, the majority of the books for DCs do not double ship ever.
Okay. 4 years. What was the one before that, though? That was only 3 years before that, or 4 years?
For DC? No, then they would restart individual books when they were unhappy with them, but they wouldn't do line-wide.
This isn't the new 52, though. Wasn't there another restart after that?
No. They just... No, they've taken the 52 off it, but this is...
Okay, so I stand corrected. I thought they had another one in there somewhere.
No. You might be confusing 0 Hour After Crisis.
Maybe.
Which was not the same anyway, because they kept the same numbering. And
that was 15 years ago, or almost 20.
That was 94.
Yeah, so more than 20. Okay. Christ, old. So bad. But yeah, plus, the movie universe is not developed enough to warrant this.
Not yet, but everything is in production. Everything is in production to some degree or another.
Well,
there's scripts for almost everything.
When
Wonder Woman's almost out.
Suicide Squad is out soon.
Couple weeks. Well, March. So, wait, February. God damn it. Doesn't matter.
Why does that upset
you? Don't make me pause.
Pause for station identification.
You're gonna make me pause.
No.
Oh, okay.
Why would I make you pause?
Because you're looking at the phone. Anyway. No, it's going to be a damn mess. And it's going to be very difficult to pick out which books I want to back and which books I want to read until I see who's going to be on them. So, I mean, you can't really trust a Jeff Johns book anymore because he's not going to hang around.
Well, he's still on nothing.
Exactly. Actually, I think he might still be on Justice League. Maybe. I don't know. But everything else, he's like, I'm just going to be a creative officer type, and I think I'll consult on a few movies. It'll be cool. So right?
He's John's Michael Straczynski at this point?
Pretty much, yeah. Wow. This is a great movie!
This is so not a great movie.
It really isn't. But I do enjoy it. Anyway, we should just, move forward because it's been 20 minutes of wine.
Oh, super.
And if all we're going to do is whine, we may as well whine about books.
Yay! No, boo.
So, let's start off with Batman 46. How about that? So, in Batman 46, we have...
Talk about the cover.
What about the... Oh, yes, the cover. It's Warner Brothers cartoon variant month. So, we got Muggsy and... you got to tell me...
Rocky.
Rocky, yes. We got Muggsy and Rocky on the cover about to be assaulted by Batman. And that just amuses the ever-loving fuck out of me. I do adore these covers. I will say one thing about some of the themes on the DC books the last couple of years. The cover variants and not ingenuity, but the creativity of it have made me love them. So, over at the Powers building, Bloom is still killing people and interrogating to figure out what he can about Jim. Jim, of course, shows up, but his initial assault fails until some wacky Snyder-Science takes over with electromagnets from the Bat Blimp trapping Bloom. Bloom shorts it out, though, in some unexplained way, and escapes.
No, it's isn't it the suit? Didn't he blow up the blimp in the last issue?
I don't remember. I wrote it down as I was reading it, so it's not...
I'll take your word, but
anyway.
I thought there was a destroyer. I usually remember the end of blimps.
Yeah, sure you do. Bloom shorts it out and escapes, and then we cut to Bruce discussing Jules' father's prison release hearing, and rather unceremoniously and simply proposing to Jules. He's like, you know what? There's too much pomp and circumstance running around. Why don't we just fucking get married? How about that? Wouldn't that be nice? Here's a ring. Take this. Let's go. I love you.
Shower sex.
Huh?
Shower sex.
Oh, that probably happened soon after. Yeah,
that was the implication. Yes.
Sure.
So that may be why he proposed that way.
Could be. Meanwhile, Duke, who is this Robin we don't read, is breaking into Penguin's club looking for evidence, but like everything else in this book, this particular issue, his attempt fails.
And he's met by a group of villains, including the original ventriloquist in Scarface.
Which was interesting. I'll grant them that.
And then I had a hard time with the rest of them.
Yeah, I have no idea who the rest of them were.
A bonded mask guy.
We're obviously supposed to recognize them and say, oh, that's a variation on... But you got me on who they actually are, man. Black Mask.
Is that Black Bondage Mask? When did that become a thing?
You know, everything has gone freaky horror in Snyder's run, where things were just simply, okay, it's a black mask. This suddenly has to be a gimp mask with skull-like goggles integrated into it. So there's, ventriloquist and dummy, and I think maybe this guy is supposed to be like Killer Shark or some shit like that.
I wondered at that, but I thought they'd already done him elsewhere.
And he's not really a bat villain anyway.
Well, that doesn't stop anybody.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, they don't name even one of them, so...
Plus, in the ventriloquist, a punk girl with a creepy, perverted dummy now?
Yeah. In Detective 23.1, there was supposed to be this twack-the-fuck-out schizoid chick doing ventriloquist stuff, and now suddenly it's Wesker again.
Yeah, plus...
Which, you know what? Honestly, I'm fucking fine with.
Well, yeah, because she's in the Secret Six, too.
Is she? I forgot about that.
Yeah, you remember that when you made me read the Catman one? I didn't talk to you for 2 days?
Oh, yeah, I gave it to you because I was mad. You would hack me off in some fashion.
Yeah. No.
So, of course, I gave you a bad comic book.
Why is that a thing?
That I give you bad comics when I'm mad at you?
Yes!
Don't make me mad at you.
That's never going to
It's that simple.
That's never going to happen.
Get ready for bad comics.
Oh, that's so unfair to me.
You know what? Fuck
consequences.
You. Fuck you.
I should be consequence-free.
I had a Mexican vinyl doll infused with the scent of vomit placed in my pillow.
Twice.
And I was supposed to just not dig you when I can?
Yes.
Oh, unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable. Kids, that was both the most disgusting and most effective prank I've ever had placed on me. I hate to admit the fact that it was effective, but yes, it fucking was. Asshole.
Dude, something in my room stinks.
It gets worse when I'm sitting on the bed. Asshole.
Oh, man. I remember you checked the whole room.
I did. I tore the whole fucking room apart. And then I finally felt it when I put my head down on the pillow. Like, what the fuck is it?
Oh, one of my favorite memories. And the best part was that you literally came to me like, you're a fucking asshole. And then you handed it back to me for some ungodly reason.
When I should have just literally chucked it out the fucking window.
And then it went back in your pillow as soon as you went to work.
Yep. Should have thrown it out right as soon as I've... Oh, motherfucking... Anyway, what did you like about this book?
Capullo's art is on point.
Always. That's true. Never going to debate that.
Almost nothing. Honestly, like Bloom, I don't care. I don't like Jim Gordon Bunny Batman. The Batman suits on... It's like... What do we like about Iron Man movies? Let's do it in Batman. That's like just an awful idea. But they're like, oh, here's all the different armors. Someday we're going to have Superman, Batman armors, and instead of having superheroes, we'll have our own. Like, no! And nothing about this. Like, Jim Gordon should be signing off on this shit.
Yeah.
I did like the fact that he's like, hey, you know, shit, if I get killed, then you don't have to fire me anymore. I thought that was vaguely true to character.
No, I thought that was right on.
But it's still like they de-aged him 50 years for like inexplicably.
Yeah.
Nothing about this makes a lick of sense. I don't think it works. I don't agree. Like, and again, I don't want to be negative and bitter. I I don't like it. It's not.
Which is
Batman.
why I tried to phrase it like, "What do you like?"
No, but there's literally. What did you like?
I didn't. That's. I want to be positive. I do. Now, actually, Bruce. Actually, no. Let me back up. Bruce's characterization as a new character, as a new character, because he's not Bruce.
Right.
He's a guy in Bruce's body that doesn't have full recollection.
He's absolutely. I'm going to disagree with you slightly. He's Bruce Wayne
without Batman.
Well, without who dealt with his baggage.
Yeah, there you
honestly,
go. Right.
He's still Bruce Wayne. He's inherently immoral, ridiculously wealthy, great with women, super dude. He just doesn't happen to be like, hey, I'm completely fucked up on this one horrible thing that happened to me, and it rerouted my brain into the most fucked up places forever. Like if somebody actually removed that one synapse, it's like, no, vigilante. This is what Bruce Wayne could have been.
All right, yeah, no, I'm right with you, and actually, I am fine with that.
Yes, because they've kept the core of his character while completely changing the personality, which is a hard thing to do.
Yeah,
and Snyder's done it very well.
Right. All right, so that's okay.
Yeah, but that's the worst positive. It's like, I hate his art, but he does shoes really well. Whoopity shit! Like, that is not a success. He did something challenging really well. Yes, he always does, because he's a talented writer. He just the concept behind Batman has become so not Batman.
The scale of everything he has to do now is way too big for Batman.
Well, you know what? This isn't. Bloom is a villain. It's a large plan, but it's not any larger than your average Joker plan. It's city-threatening in a weird kind of way.
All right.
Like he shows up wherever and does things. This is not an epic. Fucking the entire city's on fire. This is one criminal's reign of terror threatening the entire city by appearing anywhere. Yes, he's handing out seeds and turning people into supervillains, which is the dumbest fucking thing ever. And like when you know what I did like is when the kid friggin' brings Bruce Wayne a picture that she drew, and he's like, "Oh, it's a flower. That's nice." Like, yeah, she's petrified of Bloom, and then he has to relook at it like, "Oh, this is awful. Oh, I'm so sorry." I thought that was really cool because I was like, "Oh, she drew a nice little daisy." I'm like, that daisy killed her parents. Don't draw the daisy that killed your parents, little girl.
Don't draw the daisy that killed your parents. Title candidate.
There you go. Yeah.
So, Starfire 6. Much more enjoyable.
I do think this is such an odd book.
I don't mind an odd book as long as it's fun.
It's not odd as in like it's very straightforward of a book. It's odd and this is a character that I should, for all purposes, loathe. And this is one of my favorite of the DC books. Although here's my problem: this is not the new 52 Starfire. This is a complete revamp of that.
Yeah, they had to back off and say, well, you know,
maybe we went a little too overboard in revamping that particular character.
Teeny bit, maybe.
So they have this, and this is why I'm confused, because they've done this a few times with characters. Like, just fucking erase that and start over. Well, duh.
It is. It's true. Oh, forget that for a minute. We've read that sentence before.
Well, usually we can actually understand it, but yes.
Your 007, your 00 status has been revoked. Oh, 8 other 00s. Oh, gee, you think?
Well, she's 009-1. Ooh. All right, so I'm liking
this movie more all the time.
Do your review.
So, Saul and Maria are romantically inclined when an emergency hits and they're called away. Currently, Corey is smacking around Soren for fighting Saul.
So obviously the Maria thing is some sort of flashback.
A little bit. It's at some other point. Corey has a vision of Soren's violent past, and at this same time, the bounty hunter has tracked Corey to the Keys. After the fight, Saul and Soren are in the hospital detailing to Stella what occurred. Bounty hunter arrives and assaults some police. Corey and Saul go out on a date out of nowhere, because, you know, that's what you do after a big fight.
Right.
When a bounty hunter is after you, you go have a meal.
We didn't know about the bounty hunter yet.
Big fight, a couple of people running there, the police are involved. Stella's like, you two, come on. Their meal is interrupted by a dying guy landing in the cafe, and she has to go find the bounty hunter. She takes him out rather easily, puts him in cryosleep, sending his ship back to deep space, and at the end of it all, an old paramour arrives. Dick Grayson shows up.
Okay, so I've actually liked the Starfire book. This issue I'm not a big fan of, and let me tell you why.
Yeah?
One, the build up to the fight with Soren. And Soren was a really interesting character because you had this guy who has a superhero ability to eat cancer.
Yeah.
Which is destroying his own
right.
brain.
Which they haven't played with him for a couple of issues, so I had to think about that for a minute.
Well, he's been appearing like just talking to people and being charming and bearded or whatever, but
yeah.
They didn't go anywhere with him. Okay, so that's strange and kind of interesting character, and then she beats him in about a page and a half, and there's no point to it.
Right.
That is true. So at the same time, they've been building up to this freaking space bounty hunter for the last 3 issues or so, and then she beats him in about 4 pages. And so every antagonist that's shown up in the book so far, she just thumped in.
Well, it's
18 pages.
It's the old I'm going to send henchmen against you until I get tired of it routine.
Okay.
And then Commander will obviously show up.
I'm just saying, like, there should have been more of a build and more of a epic feel to both of these fights. I'm assuming they're not, like, I love the fact that, she's still very sweet, and then the fact that she loaded the bounty hunter into a ship and sent him off into space rather than hurt him, even though he killed somebody. Like, she's a great character in that she's a nice role model and she's a good person, just like Ms. Marvel and Marvel. Like, and I hate having to say that. Like, Marvel's Ms. Marvel. New York, New York. It's like naming a bar New York in New York City in New York State. Like, New York of New York of New York. No. But I like this Starfire character, and I'm happy to see this more innocent, insanely powerful, too sweet to fully understand that character is very cool. And you get a hint, which is also kind of neat, that there's this, like she has to hold on to her temper. Like, maybe she's not as completely innocent.
Could be.
Which was kind of cool.
I got a couple of inklings here and there.
Yeah.
If you have to work on being non-murdery, that's a much more interesting character than
I like both aspects of it. There are some cool things about that. And then
But it doesn't seem terribly difficult for her to hold on to it. It's there, but it's not so overwhelming that we're going to have, you know, a 6-issue arc where she loses control and wipes out half of fucking the keys. You know, that's never going to happen.
Right.
Which is fine, because I don't need this book to go all fucking grimdark.
No, I love the fact that you've got, like, this is, again, that Supergirl, old school Superman, like, phenomenal cosmic powers, decent human being, which I like. What DC does better than anybody else in comics.
You know, Twitter hates that idea, actually.
I don't get that. To me, like...
If you're powerful, you should be like, yeah. How can you possibly be humble and good if you can like destroy the planet? Well, because you know it's not about fucking you.
There's not enough fucking douchebags in comics that we have to call out for more. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, you got Dr. Doom, you got Lex Luthor. Why do you need your heroes, the protagonists? Why did they have to be douchebags?
There are plenty of fucking wealthy, super attractive douchebag celebrities, but there are also plenty of nice, decent ones who use their fucking abilities and looks to gain acceptance for positive causes and role models. Not everybody's an asshat. I know coming from the Reverend, this is a hard fucking thing to hear, but there's factual evidence that not everybody in the world is a dickweed. Like, I'm sorry, you know, it's true. And when you call out, like, no, phenomenal, like, you should be more dickweedish, like, shut the fuck up!
Nobody can stand up to him. Why shouldn't he take advantage of it?
Right.
Well, because taking advantage of it ain't fucking proper.
We don't need any more of that. We have plenty of those characters. Characters that are decent at their core level is a positive thing.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, when the fuck... Like, if they erased the whole Teen Titan, when did Grayson and Coriander ever hang out? She just showed up.
Yeah. That's another good point. When their continuity is so baffled that it's just, you can't make any of this shit match up, because when the fuck was he in the Titans? When were they in the Titans? They've only been adventuring 5 years,
right?
So he had his parents killed. He trained with Batman. He sidekicked around for him. He joined the Titans, and now he's on his own. He's had his affair with Corey when he was in the Titans, all inside of 5 years. So he hung around with Bats tops like 18 months?
It's not even that, because there's 3 other Robins that were in that period.
Yeah.
Batman apparently has a 6-month trainee program.
Pretty much, man.
No, I'm sorry. Like, it's ridiculous. And
but aside from those weird little quirks that the rest of the DC universe shares, so we just kind of have to accept, I enjoy the book.
I do too, and I was disappointed by this issue because I have been liking it. And again, like, I think the art is really strong. They're drawing a gorgeous character in a non-salacious way.
Yeah.
Like, they play at her being super attractive, but it's not like you turn a page like, oh, there's another full-on creepy pinup shot. Which is cool. Like, it's a great book. It's a good book. Ms. Marvel is a great book. Like, if you, going back to your nieces and our constant argument about for Ms. Marvel as a perfect role model, Starfire being a little too open and a little too...
yeah, they're not ready for that yet.
And that's my point. But I'm not knocking this, and if I caught a girl reading this, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's bad for you. Well, I wouldn't say that shit to anybody, but you follow my point.
But Miss Marvel I could give to my 9-year-old. I'd have to wait till some of them were like 16 or 17.
Yeah, even 12 or 13, really? Because there's nothing awful in this. We're old and we think differently, and God knows we've pointed that out often enough. But that's the point. This isn't like whereas Tom Strong's Terrific Tales, Johnny Future,
which is just cheesecake personified.
And I love Art Adams, but it's like, oh, you need to be 21. Like, no.
Anyway, let's move on to the weird issue of Wonder Woman 46,
in which everything gets resolved.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. This is a weird one. Eirene is having cracked her brain, and she's spending unending pages on the beauty of war and balance, and babbling like Ares was her lover, and she teleports Zeke in for some reason. Did you find an explanation why Zeke had to show up?
No, I could not figure out why. And I'm
Hera,
a magic baby. That is what I am.
Yeah, Hera and Zola show up, and I should hope so because Zola's his fucking mother, and Zeke is like an infant, so she needs to show up and take care of shit. Zeke somehow knows how to revive the stone Donna, and Ares and Apollo come back to life in a completely nonsensical way, and I'm not getting this book after 50. I don't get it. Nothing in this fucking thing made sense, yo.
No, there's a lot of exposition, which is common for newer writers. Like, there's a lot of text. It clears everything up. It restores Donna. So we get to move on to the next thing, which is a success. So you have to give credit to that.
There's that much. When you tie up threads, that's a positive.
And it the Finches make a real effort to bring everything back. Like, here's Ares back, which is huge and necessary. And here's Apollo back. Fine, cool. Also, on the other hand, like the Zeke Machina thing, like the magic baby shows up.
Zeke Machina.
Zeke Machina, then.
That's pretty good, though. That's
like, when your entire plot resolves around a magic baby fixing everything,
you got to kind of worry a little bit.
But
the What's Opera Doc cover.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the Starfire.
The Starfire cover had Pepe Le Pew trying to get away from Starfire, which doesn't make any kind of sense because if anybody was going to be...
No, but that's not true. Like, Pepe Le Pew is easily overwhelmed. Like, do you remember the one where...
yes. That's right.
And the cat thinks that he's suddenly a super cat hunk.
Yes.
And meanwhile, she looks all ragged and he freaks out. So I thought that might be the best cover in the sense. Well, the Superman one might be better.
The Superman cover is great, but I have a personal stake in the Wagnerian cover with Elmer Fudd and What's Opera Doc.
No, it's amazing.
I adore this Dodson cover. I am never giving this away.
See, now that's just like you can get the.
If I could get a print of this, oh my god, hysterical. I would buy it in a second.
That is hysterical.
So that's Wonder Woman 46, and I like that they tied things up. I like that they're ready to move on to other stuff. I'm worried about what they're going to move on to.
Writing all this stuff is challenging. It takes a long time to do these things well. The Finches, they've shown a lot of creative ideas, but I don't
I'm sure of it, and I'm behind you on those statements. But I'm spending money on this.
I'm not arguing with you. I don't want to wait till it gets better. Like, that's the thing. Like, I wholeheartedly if I suddenly sat down and wrote a comic book. I'd let you here take a look at this. You're like, this is fucking terrible. Like, that's not shit that you pick up day one. Like,
no, certainly not. But I'm not asking anybody to pay for Super Macho Jedi Knight.
That's true. Like, and where you are now from it years later is totally different. Oh, I think
it's a little better. I'm not
oh,
sure
stop!
Nah, it's better. It's not.
Well, I've written some, so the writing's much better.
Oh, it's not. Give me 99 cents for this strip. Better.
So little in life is.
I'd strip for 99 cents. Wait. You got to react faster than that, dude.
It's when you literally have to. How do I explain this to you? When your entire body has to stop doing what it's doing, so all your synapses can be like, if you picture that brain, I will rip you out of my own face and stomp you before I die. Then yes, no, I'm not going to react quickly. When every freaking drop of blood in my body is like, no. Like, yeah, it's going to take a little time to restart the old engine there, buddy.
So it worked.
Yeah, fuck you.
Dude, we got Superman 46 in here with the, you got to tell me, the Crusher!
Yeah, amazing. Not only is it a takeoff on the Muhammad Ali Superman cover,
Yep.
That's just ridiculously awesome.
I just loved it. Oh, the Crusher.
No, so good.
These things amuse me so much.
I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised you didn't get more.
I looked at them in previews and I was like, well, that one's cute, but I don't need that extra random one nowhere for...
Well, the only time we did that was the movie tape covers.
Yeah, I got a couple for those. Because, I mean, how do you not get a Bullet cover? How do you not get a 2001 cover?
Yep.
Those were appropriate and really well done, so I grabbed them. So anyway, over in Superman 46, this has gotten to a point where I really, really don't want to read it anymore. Supes is doing this superpowered god UFC fucking matches, has unpredictable powers, and is trying to fool Jimmy that this is just how he is now. Over with Hoarder and Uriel, or Ure, or whatever the fuck her name is, are trying to siphon Soup's powers, but why? It's solar radiation. That's all it is. You just put up a fucking panel. You'll get what Superman has.
Particularly since somehow whatever they've siphoned has all his old powers that he doesn't even have.
Yeah. The book is dumb again. The dialogue has gone way south. Come harm me back? Really? Come harm me back? That's fan fiction dialogue. Come harm me back.
Did they kill Jimmy Olsen in this? Did I see that correctly?
I couldn't tell.
And at what point did they switch up? Like, when did Clark get hired before Jimmy Olsen? And
that's another part of the fucked up continuity. And if you remember, Jimmy... Well, actually, yes, he would have, because Jimmy was a super rich dude who finally got cut off. His parents finally cut him off, remember?
Oh, God, yeah, because of the horrible video game story.
Yeah.
I'd block that out.
Yeah, and justly so.
They were doing...
and they did a stealth change, too. It's like, Johns and J.R. Jr.! Oh, Yang and Porter, hang on.
Oh, I didn't know. Are Jonathan J.R. on the cover? Oh, I don't like that. No, okay. All right.
They're gone. No ceremony, no announcements, just not there anymore. They tried to stealth us into buying a book we didn't fucking
thing, or just
want.
Maybe this is a filler issue?
This is it, man.
So this is the theme going forward?
Yeah.
No, I don't care. I don't let I didn't like the unlimited weight class wrestling when the Thing did it. It was better than this. And then like the Ghost guy, like it's just.
Well, at least they were unpretentious about the unlimited class wrestling. It was just a wrestling promotion with superpowers.
Yeah,
these guys are into the whole. Let's pretend we're gods, and some of us actually are gods, and we have to do this because we need to be worshipped, or we fall into obscurity and no powers.
It's like this weird mixture of Neil Gaiman and friggin' Scooby-Doo. Like, so not okay with that.
I can't. I don't know how this stuff got greenlit, man. I really don't know.
The positive, of course, is that if you're going to revamp, this is a book dying for a revamp.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Like, I am all set. Like, if you want to restart Superman and make him not suck, I'm all about that.
Are we done with that? Because we can talk about
I don't want to talk like
Sinestro.
I don't have a lot to talk about with it.
Yeah, let's talk about Sinestro, which features Wile E. Coyote talking about world domination, holding a sign on a pile of dynamite with a lit match, and Sinestro just smiling away. Adore these covers.
Yeah, no, again, the perfect combination of characters.
Take your copy, please.
Thank you.
Now, so the Paling Guardian, the Bishop, has awoken, and Sinestro and Black Adam fight it, which is, I think, a pretty good team up. I don't think that's a bad combination of characters at all.
No.
Two imperious, above it all, self-important, and yet supremely powerful and self-confident on top of the arrogance characters. I mean, there's just room for all kinds of craziness right there. So,
but you have a really good balance of them both like playing with the power of the other one, but yet simultaneously being at opposite goals so that they aren't in competition.
Right. So, Yeah, the bishop almost influences Adam to change form, but Sinestro inducts him to the core to bolster his power. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Bolster his power. They drive off the bishop, trailing him past War World, which Wonder Woman is investigating. They invite her to pursue the bishop, but an invasion force appears. Oh.
Yeah, this is not singularly like the strongest issue in Sinestro. Everything's building towards things, but
It's not amazing, but I like it.
no, I'm not knocking the issue at all. I'm just saying, like, if you were going to jump on, this would be a hard one to cut. So,
Yeah.
like this is not like
The last one would be better.
but Sinestro using the disappearance of the Green Lantern Corps for his own purposes is amazing. Sinestro using the giving of the rings, like the way he's just been fucking shucking those things around and like toying with people. And my only problem with this issue is that when you have Wonder Woman in space and Becca, the new god with a yellow ring, and they don't fucking fight,
It seems a wasted opportunity.
Bad Sinestro.
Seems a wasted opportunity. You know?
That could have been like amazing, but I mean, hopefully they're holding off on that. But I was so excited. He's like, "No, we're not doing that," and I'm like, "No, Sinestro." It's like your really moral friend is like, "What? We should stop those two girls from fighting in that pond."
What?
Shut the fuck up, Bob.
That's funny. There isn't much to add to that. I mean, it's enjoyable, but it's a rough. It would be a rough jumping on point. And,
it's
there's
still
definitely a
great
missed
series.
opportunity.
I love Sinestro. I don't even know that it's a missed opportunity. Just on a personal level, I'm like, come on, show me that shit.
You just.
But even in that, why is Wonder Woman in one outfit here and then another one in one? Like, I'm so.
Nobody knows this.
Is that
shit.
like her space travel costume? Like, are we trying to sell more action figures? Like Frozen Tundra Batman?
I hate Frozen Tundra Batman.
Of course you do. Every time they do Batman figures, it's like, all right, we'll make one villain and 82.
Did you see
Batman.
what they did with the new Batman figures?
No.
They've finally made a set of the Rainbow Batman.
Why?
Because it's a great cover that everybody adores, so why not make an $80 action figure set out of it?
Are you gonna get it?
Fuck no, it's $80 goddamn dollars.
Oh, really, Captain Star Wars?
Dude, I do not buy. When I buy an $80 Star Wars piece, it's got a fucking walker in it. It's got a gigantic 12-inch figure in it. It's got 6 other figures in it. It can be used as a playset and a backdrop.
Well, to be fair,
as awesome as the Rainbow Batman action figure vinyl set is, it's just 6 figures that sit there, and they're all this. The only difference is the color, because that's the way it was on the cover. That's not interesting enough for $80.
All right, I can see that.
It's cool, but it's not cool enough for 80 fucking bucks. And I do not pay for tchotchkes the same way I used to.
No, which is a good thing.
And I never did. That was your routine.
I pay for it. If anything that amuses me, I spend a lot of time trying. I spend an insane amount of time trying to keep myself amused. Really, it's my life's goal, which Commodore wife loves. Let me just confirm that.
There's only so much you can do about that routine. Maybe, never mind.
Make more money. That's about it.
Anyway, so we take a wide detour from the main universe, and we go to the rather well done Azzarello book, Batman EUROPA, #1. So, Batman has been infected with the Colossus virus, and that's revealed by a message on the hacked Bat computer after some diagnostics realized the source is somewhere in Berlin. After finding evidence Joker is also there, Bats tracks him down to a hacker whom Joker is interrogating when they realize they're both infected. Oh, a little investigation there.
Batman Joker team up.
A little Batman Joker team up, which is not that bad a thing. It's very rarely done, if ever.
It's happened.
It's got to 2 or 3 times maybe.
Probably more than that, but never. It's not a regular thing by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
And The art has a nice old school feel to it. All this does is drive me crazy that you have Brian Azzarello on the DC payroll. You have Batman. Mash that shit off. Like, no, put your goddamn peanut butter in the chocolate, people. Like, stop giving me tuna and chocolate over here.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Am I wrong?
No.
No.
You are not wrong.
For fuck's sake, man. I've got this over here and this over here. Like, put them together.
It should work really well. I do like it. Common Coley has moved from Spider-Man to Batman, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing. The art is great. The story flows well. The dialogue is not irritating and trite.
It felt like an old school Batman story.
Yeah.
And it looked like an old school Batman story.
It totally did. Especially with this pseudo Neil Adams cover.
Oh, yeah, no, that just screams.
It's Jim Lee, but he
has developed.
If you didn't look at Jim Lee's signature, you would think it was Neil Adams.
He has developed, and we're going to talk about this more when we get to Dark Knight, a really strong ability to, I don't want to say mock other artists, but like tribute. Like, he's able to step outside of his own very distinctive style and play in a lot of other fields.
Right.
What, you want more?
Oh, no, that sounded like a comma. So
no, that was a period.
Right on. So it's a good book.
Yeah.
Now, we actually have a second good book. We have 3 good books in a row. It's amazing.
Woohoo.
I don't know what to do with myself. BIZARRO 6. It's over. I'm disappointed and sad. I want more BIZARRO and Jimmy.
Shockingly good.
Jimmy and BIZARRO finally split up, and Colin is back in space. Jimmy's wandering around the desert recording his will when the car salesman from the Cairo used car lot, they pick him up and take him to an enslaved Seattle. Which was like, I got to go to Seattle soon. You better straighten that shit out. Okay? BIZARRO meets Clark in Metropolis, and they have a really nice talk until the Tuts broadcast an ultimatum that BIZARRO must come to Seattle. He does, of course, because he's a good guy now. He's never been a really bad guy. He's just been a weird antagonist. He's never been a villain. Right? So, all the new pals from all throughout the series, and Colin, who used to be the sector's GL, which is really weird, they fight the Tuts until Colin turns off the Tut girl staff, and everyone's reconciled and happy except the Canadians, who turn Jimmy away with a gift basket.
It's just so bizarre and funny, and like it brings everybody back together. It's just such a light, feel-good story. It is hysterically funny.
I love this book.
The art perfectly suits it. I cannot believe how good a 6-issue BIZARRO Jimmy Olsen road trip miniseries is. Like, if you had said that to me, like, I'm going to get a BIZARRO Jimmy Olsen, like, I believe, I told you to fuck off and you brought this book to me in the first place. It's awesome, and I was wrong, and I freely admit that.
The thing is, though, as much as I want more of this, I desperately want them not to burn out on it.
Yeah, is this maintainable? Like, if this were a regular book.
Now, if they went the Atomic Robo route on it, I would be behind it 1,000%. I can see, however, after about 22 issues, it getting a bit tiresome.
Well, I mean, it's like Ambush Bug, any of those things. Like, if you're not constantly innovating in humor books, they're very hard to maintain.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the other piece is that you're using, like, BIZARRO is pretty losable, shall we say. But Jimmy Olsen is a pretty staple character to the Superman. So if you have him in a regular book wandering the earth with BIZARRO, like Kane and Kung Fu,
it becomes questionable why he would be in Metropolis at any given moment
on a regular basis. So
I dug it.
It was so much fun. It's everything BATMITE should have been. And
yeah.
If this team had had BATMITE, I can't even imagine.
They've made a lot of good progress about not being, what every 80s late teenager wanted in their comics. You know, they still got a bit of that. There's a lot of grimdark. There's a lot of...
Oh, you mean 90s?
No, man. Right after Dark Knight, everybody wanted to be... No, man, I want my books to fucking have, like, ultra-violence and shit, man.
Well, sadly, as we just talked about, you know, the amount of cynicism, and we're awful people, and I'm pointing this out. The amount of cynicism in comics right now is just shocking.
Anyway, DC's made a lot of progress. It looks like they want to do it short term, though. It looks like they don't really want to have any lighthearted books for any length of time.
Well, it's the same problem they have with their movie universe.
Well, there's that too. If they have to fit that in there, then that's, you know, BIZARRO is not going to fit in Batman v Superman. You know, it's just not possible.
No, and it's sad because the television series have a lot of light moments, but they are convinced that doesn't... like, I don't get the multiple mindsets available for this.
It's fucking bizarre. Anyway, just as lighthearted, but not quite as adorable, is Harley and Power Girl 5. This entire issue is about fighting a giant head to Metallica lyrics. And that did amuse me a lot. Harley enters the brain of this giant head and gets stuck in goo, which is just fucking nasty. And she infects it with her Joker trauma memories. Vartox's mustache gets ripped off, and he grows it back in seconds, and he proposes to Power Girl.
I mean, the joy of this is the constant Vartox. Let's be very clear.
I am not going to debate that. The fact that Vartox exists, and he's being used, and he can grow back his mustache in about 3 seconds... amuses me all to fuck.
Hysterical.
I enjoy this book thoroughly. It's not quite as funny as BIZARRO, but you know what can be.
No, it's a light romp. It's nowhere near as strong. But Palmiotti and Connor have really developed as writers in the team. Like,
all right, you know, I'm leaning more and more that we got to do a revisit on Harley overall.
It may be a thing. I mean, we also I guess that Black Book thing is an ongoing series, not just a one shot.
Well, the covers are one shots. The I don't know if you noticed what they did was
it's a bag thing and you can get one of 3.
Yeah.
But I think that might be like a Harley Quinn team-up book.
Oh no, that's totally what it is. Yeah.
So
I don't remember seeing it in the last form though, so I don't know how long they're taking between issues. Or I could have totally skipped it. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's happened before as well. So no, but it's a fun book. We got to break stride now, however, and go to Detective 46.
Oh, super.
Gordon is called to an Arctic homicide scene, which doesn't make any sense because he's fucking Gotham police officer being a Gotham vigilante, but now he's going to the Arctic, where he determines that 2 creatures had a kid, turned to cannibalism as they were trapped inside the ice, and he does a good job, but it's a silly fucking issue.
You finally get the text and you're like, wait, what? That's what you figured out?
That's why we have to detect, ancient cannibal monsters in Antarctica.
And that's not the low point. Like when Cyborg presents the creature's mother's image on its corpse so that the creature lets them go and dies peacefully. Like what?
That was do something to save the creature. What the fuck? This is not... You're not supposed to just let shit die. Try, motherfucker.
It was very strange.
Silly.
And I just hate the entire conceit. Like, okay, well, we need a detective. We're all dumb as shit, so...
It made no fucking...
I don't have a problem with...
The Justice League can't operate without a Batman.
Like, I don't have a problem with them bringing Gordon in to be their Batman. I have a problem with the Gordon Bunny Batman. I've talked about that. But the Justice League has existed plenty of times without Batman.
Yeah.
But of course, that's no longer canon, I suppose. So.
Yeah, whatever. You know, I was also thinking of revisiting Justice League, but
well, when the revamp
I'm going to
comes,
have to see what this Rebirth thing does.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, once again, we'll end up buying a bunch of these and slowly whittling them down again.
Yeah. Which is going to irritate me because I got used to buying very few DCs and having the number at the bottom of that form be kind of reasonable. And now if I got to start trying 14, 15 new fucking books again, I'm going to have you got to cut somewhere, motherfucker. At any rate, BATMITE 6. Oh my God in heaven. What did they do to me?
What is the cover of this? Like the
It's just a
Celebrity Death Club match, Celebrity Death Match,
robot chickeny kind of thing. It's a photo of like a claymation kind of thing.
Where did that come? Like, I just didn't understand it in the continuity.
No, it's just what they chose. It's not a variant.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of cute-ish, but I don't care.
Which is what you could say about the entire issue.
Yeah, pretty much. BATMITE has been changing landmarks and monuments around the U.S., and he tries to give the president tips when he discovers that Gridlock is a senator who captures BATMITE and offers to show him the last issue's Trek pilot.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Trek pilot that the Trek analog, unfound pilot that everybody discovered last issue. Before he kills BATMITE. BATMITE counter-proposes to put him in the fictional universe to be part of the show history when Mite is called back to his own dimension to rejoin the Mite League. Now that's actually kind of a clever way to get rid of old boy. If you can trap him in fictional continuity, that's not bad.
Yes, but we're left with Wonder Woman as the Statue of Liberty, Batmite, Batman, Robin with a mustache, and Batgirl, I think, as the Mount Rushmore. Like, just all this stuff that's like, no. I mean, yes, did I think Aquabite was kind of fucking funny? Sure.
I don't need a Mite League. I really don't.
No.
Not unless it's going to be a shitload more funny than the other 5 issues
Super Mite, Wonder Womite, and Aquamite.
Wonder Womite.
And let's not forget for a second here that now this was written by Dan Jurgens, right?
Yeah.
What year is he in? Because Aquamite was sitting there with the headband and the armor corset and the hook. I'm like,
well, he's back in 1994.
Yeah, apparently. Whoopsie.
This has actually turned out to be a pretty crazy cool flick. I mean, there's still ridiculous things in it, but some of this action is really good.
No, well, that is good. It's about time we watched something that didn't blow.
Yeah, so fuck that book. Let's go off to Astro City before we have to talk about the debacle that is Dark Knight 3.
Ah, super.
All right, so Astro City 29, The Menace from Earth, which, thank you very much, is a very nice Heinlein reference. Thank you, Kurt. I adore you. This ish is told from 2 different perspectives. The brother and sister from some other planet that the Furst family has to keep fighting over and over and over again. The younger brother is just leaving primary school, whereas the older sister is on break from military training. There's a very casty system, and everyone has a pre-chosen job based on aptitude. And the Furst family appear to rescue Doria first, and there's a big fight because she got abandoned after a previous fight. So they had to come back. They had to come rescue her. And the thing is, this planet views the Furst family not as anything beneficial at all. They see them completely as invaders and evil bad guys, even though it's their own culture that invaded Earth.
This is the Skrull.
This is the Skrull's perspective. Yeah,
or
absolutely
pre.
right.
Yeah.
There you go. Right on. That's exactly it. History seems a bit inaccurate, though, so, the government is pushing it and twisting it their way as any way they please. One of the family is shot down and discovered by the siblings. So, they go to rescue one, but they lose another. So, whatever.
It's, again, the main thing about this, it's a cool little story. Kurt Busiek's ability to completely enthrall you and throw you into a world, like his world building is just out of hand. Mm-hmm. His ability to be like, hey, let's do this in this one issue and completely create this persona. Like, here is the family that his universe is Fantastic Four, if you will.
Right.
Here's an alien race that's fought it dozens of times. Let's hammer that out in the matter of like 5 pages, while at the same time building a culture and a world and personalities, like the father, the mother, the doubting older sister, and the young kid. Insane.
It actually makes it quite difficult to effectively talk about it because it's so densely packed with amazing and well thought out detail. And he cranks this shit out month after fucking month.
Yeah, all of a sudden he does this shit on a regular basis. Like, where the hell was this for the last 8 years, Kurt? What the fuck? Like, it's insanely good. It is so better than the average thing out there. You just have to stop and be like, come on. Like, again, if you don't like Astro City,
I don't know why you read comics.
right, it just doesn't make sense to me.
No.
And, like, that sounds like a dick thing. I'm not telling you can't, like, I just don't get it. Like, this is, it's like a master class in how comics should be.
Right? It's right on. And I like the kid. The kid's actually a decent kid. He has various doubts about where he's going to end up and why he should end up there and whether it's even proper that he should. Which is fine, because in a caste system, you don't want all your characters to just go with it, because then you got a bunch of fucking robots. You don't have characters.
Well, the thing is, like, you're both right and wrong in the sense, like, the older sister is doubting. The writing is so strong, they don't even have, the kid has questions, but he doesn't even understand the question.
Yeah.
And
that's the other thing.
World part of it.
That's a good function of his age.
Exactly. He's not written like this sudden, Valeria Von Doom fucking super genius, like, years ahead of themselves child. He's a kid. They're playing, they're fighting, shit is cool. It's like, dang, Space Invaders, shit blew up, there's a ship that, like, if a ship crashed in your backyard and you were 8, you'd be like, oh my god, come back here, little AJ. No, fuck you, Dad, I'm gonna fucking tell you, dance around the burning spaceship, jump in the fire.
Are you know my dad, right? He would be out there before me.
Oh yeah.
You're like, step back, son. I gotta check this out.
Put that down till I determine if I want it.
See you later.
That shit is too cool for your tiny AJS. Come on, Dad. I don't know if mini AJ had that big a falsetto, but
no, he didn't.
Come on. Come on, Dad. God. Good. I like how your own version of your old voice is much more whiny than mine is. Come on. This is the worst fucking segue ever.
Well, what do you got?
La 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 la.
All right, here it is. This had to come eventually.
It so didn't.
It worried me for months, and I'm still not certain I'm entirely with it. Dark Knight 3, number 1, The Master Race. All right,
first off,
is Miller
fuck you.
And Azzarello.
Fuck you.
And Kubert and Jansen.
Fuck
There
you.
should not be a reason this isn't a perfect fucking comic book.
Well, let me just be very clear. Like, I'm saying fuck you for one. Like, don't put Master Race in your title. Jesus H. Christ.
It's a terrible title. It's a really rotten, stupid idea for a title.
Like, you haven't gotten enough fucking Nazi references after Holy Terror and, fascist Miller comments. Like, come the fuck on.
He was just begging people to fuck with him with choosing this title. He really was. But there are points where I honestly feel that Miller is trying to use biting social commentary, but really, he's just not effective with it. It's 3 years since DK2, and no one has seen the Bat. The Amazons have moved to Peru for some god-awful reason.
More minotaurs to beat up.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know why minotaurs have to be in Peru, but whatever. Diana and Clark's daughter is...
That's how you find them.
What?
That's how you find minotaurs.
What?
You peruse.
Fuck you! Oh my fucking shit! Oh my god, I'm gonna glass you! Oh, fuck me! Holy shit! Diana and Clark's daughter is still with the Amazon, but she leaves at points to visit Frozen Cal in the fortress. They apparently have a second baby, and Carrie Kelly...
Little Jonathan.
Carrie Kelly has taken to the streets as the Bat herself, but she's captured. Despite the events of DK2, it seems Kandor is still contained in the bottle. Now, I never did buy the third DK2.
I'll have to find mine so you can read it to follow this.
No, hang on. I was so horribly disappointed and had so little cash for comics at the time that I just said, skip it. However, when I heard that this was coming out, I bought all three on Comixology.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm caught up on 2, except I read them out of order. So I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Where'd this super chick come from? Why am I listening to this? Why are these weirdos on TV being banned? And I started from the beginning, and I said, what the fuck is going on here? Where are these weirdos on TV? Why are they being banned?
And somebody pointed out.
It was a bit clearer. Okay, I know who Lara is now. I know why she exists.
I should reread them, because I was like, I don't remember too much.
I don't know that it's really crucial.
Which is sad in and of itself.
No, because, I mean... Stop going back to the well, fellas.
Well...
If you're out of ideas, invest your royalty checks and move to the fucking Keys or something.
You know what? Like, all of comics is going back to the well. That's not a fair assessment in a sense. Like,
yeah, and how many times is it successful?
Plenty. I mean, let's have Batman fight Joker again. Like, that's going back to the well. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, Frank Miller hasn't had a successful property in some time. He hasn't touched Sin City in a very long time. Mm-hmm. And the last few were all one-shots.
Right.
His Holy Terror was a holy fucking fiasco.
It was.
He is...
I don't know if I'll ever buy that thing.
I need to read it at some point. Everything I've read about it makes me just shun. Like, I thought we'd evolve past like buying comics in brown paper wrappers and like I don't need to be embarrassed by this shit. Like the whole point was to grow out of that. And
and I don't want to buy. I don't want to take a chance on that for $30 fucking. It's a hardcover only.
Yeah.
So shit. Maybe Amazon used someday, but not soon.
Yeah, no, it's... But either way, so he needs to revisit popular properties if he's going to be remotely relevant in a sense.
Yeah.
And this sadly just reassures us that he is not. On top of that, you have Azzarello, who's trying to temper whatever he's throwing out there. And at the same time, he's also taking all his made-up, weird-ass language that he from Spaceman and firing that shit out there.
I hate future slang, man. I don't care what property it's coming from. Future slang sucks.
You didn't hate it in the original Dark Knight, but then there wasn't a whole lot
there
like
was
that at that
very
point.
little about it.
There was a lot, but if you think back, it's just...
Bats don't shiv. They used that several times, and it was very clear what that meant, but...
No, I think if you revisit, there's a lot more than you remember. Like when Carrie Kelly pretends to be a mutant, and they're all checking her out in that whole conversation. There's a lot of little things. It's just much easier to follow.
What, Chegs, chicken legs?
Exactly, all that.
Well, I mean, Chegs is just short for chicken legs.
But my point being, there's a lot more than I think you realize. But it was much easier to follow. As each series evolves and they try to make it more complex.
I don't know. I read that thing like twice a year. So... I'm not even kidding, man. I read like twice a year.
That's unexpected.
Really?
No, it's really not.
I don't. As a start, as a number one, I guess it's okay enough. But he really does fail terribly when he wants to make a comment on today's society. And it's just either too crude or too ridiculous to deal with properly. I mean, it's not proper critique in fiction is supposed to make you go, huh, okay. And it's supposed to, or it's supposed to make you think. And none of that did this here. It was just like, okay, he's making fun of some trend now. And
well, we talk about the ridiculous cynicism in comics, and we're a podcast that's like, I fucking hate this. So, we're part of the problem, let's be fair. But a lot of this, like, Frank Miller is like the most cynical dude in comics, if you don't count John Byrne.
Well, sure. And he's formed a lot of our viewpoints, either explicitly or implicitly, over the decades. Sin City, we adored every panel of that shit. And if there's any book that's ever been uncompromisingly bleak,
no, Sin City, absolutely.
That, and we took that as it stood, and we adored it, and we put it on a pedestal. But then we got older, and we're like, well, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Well, I'm going to slightly disagree. Like Sin City, the original Sin City is still a great book.
All right, what flick is this that we moved on to?
Some sort of martial arts.
Okay, because this weirdo in the marketplace is hawking demon gallbladder wine.
Well, where there's
I can't handle that.
Snow Girl and the Dark Crystal and the Ring of Doom. But no, like you go back to even Ronin with its racial tensions and its unforgiving society, and like the guy who wants to build a rocket ship to get off the Earth. Like, there's a lot of cynicism in that. Daredevil had a ton, like Nuke and the whole that, and his hatred of media that runs throughout all of these things, including the original Dark Knight, and his hatred of psychotherapy that comes out like with the Joker's therapy and Harvey's therapy, and both of them being giant fucking fiascos. But that doesn't make them the fact that his work has evolved in ways that we don't care for doesn't negate the power and the success of his earlier work. It's like, okay, I didn't like Next Men, therefore John Byrne's Fantastic Four blows. You need to shut up, and you need to shut up now. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
No, but I'm talking about we made that whole gritty thing sustain itself for much longer than it probably should have, and maybe that was a part of our ego as comic readers going, you need to take me seriously because I take this book seriously, because this book takes whatever to whatever degree. And it was totally incorrect that we fomented grimdark.
Well,
we allowed grimdark to flourish, and now we're looking at it like, how come we don't have more Starfire books?
Well, I mean, you also have to bear in mind, like, we are very similar in our interests in a lot of ways, but we also come from two very like.
And I mean, I don't mean you and me.
No, you mean us as fans, but I'm just using you and I as an example, like.
As fans from our era.
Right. I'm talking about you and I. Like, I grew up on a lot more film noir and things like that. And then you grew up on a lot more hero and science fiction than I did.
Yeah.
So dark has always been a key element in a lot of these things. Comics, because it was so long for kids, didn't step into dark until much later in their existence. Barring like the old, of course, EC in earlier days,
And of course that became a classic overcorrection as, well, we can get away with this now and it's relevant now, so everything has to be like this now.
Right. So,
and we allowed that to continue though.
Well, you buy what you like, and if you do it well, everything goes in trends. At one point, Western comics and Western movies were one of the most popular things out there.
Oh, yeah.
Now they are both very rare. At one point, really dark comics was the hot item. Now it is much less so. Yes, they still exist, but Westerns still exist. Desperados was not that long ago, the comic.
Desperados?
Yeah, the Marriott...
Who?
It was a phenomenal comic book. I've shown it to you. I don't think you've read it.
Who did it?
Jeff Marriott wrote it.
Oh.
And the guy who drew Planetary that you absolutely adore started on it.
Planetary.
And Uncanny Avengers. What the fuck is his name?
Uncanny Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Diodato.
No.
He was on New.
Oh,
holy
I
crap.
love that guy, too. And I feel super old. Anyway, but the point being, like, yes, those things had a time and place, and not all of them age well, but Sin City is still an amazing book. Are all the later Sin Cities as strong? No, not necessarily. But most of the key, bigger storylines are still awesome. Like, yeah, like when you go to, what was the 9-issue one where the guy's hallucinating?
Hell and Back.
Yeah, that was a little bit bizarre even then.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, sir, you have a phenomenal ass. As he's looking at what, like, that just fucking weird.
I'll forgive you, Colonel. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know you're under drug influence.
Please stop staring at my ass, sir. Like, there's some weird shit going on.
But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. It's a lot. This book is a lot to process because I don't know how to take how much of it which way.
It's something that you'll have to reread and look at. And
I am very, very, very happy and very, very, very comfortable going, this is a book that's like, blam. And that you can't do that with this fucking book.
True art should be complex, though.
Well,
and then
sure.
you also have the little mini Adam story.
Yeah, I had to bring that up. I liked it. It was okay.
Jansen is always a fun artist. He does a good job. I think Lee did an amazing job of kind of channeling Miller in this.
Yeah.
So art-wise, there's some awesome things. The Adam character, I thought they had a really good handle on the character because you have this guy who's kind of self-pitying and overly chatty, and they nailed that without him being whiny.
Right. Well, I'm going to have to trust you on that because I've never really read enough Adam to...
Well, later Adam, of course. Did you go big investment with this?
No, not this time because some of those variants were actually quite expensive. So
and you have no faith in this book being...
Not really. I got a couple copies. I got one extra of that black and white cover. I got an extra of one of the other covers. I did not go crazy because they soon ramped up to like $12 to $18 to $50 a variant. I'm like, I got no fucking time for
No,
it.
fair enough. But on the whole, like, it was not as...
It's not unreadable. It's not as unbearably stupid as 2 was.
No, I'll have to go back and reread 2. You've obviously done it quite recently, and it has not cheered you up any.
No, not in the least.
But I do feel I need to revisit it to kind of lead into this.
Well, like I said, I'm not entirely certain it
may not
adds
be necessary,
anything.
but it can't hurt.
Well, no. Well, it might. At any rate, I think this is the longest DC episode we've had in like a year and a half, so I think we should call it even before we get in trouble.
Come on, there's a pig Cerebus demon on.
I don't need to know that. Get us out of here, Rev.
Bless you, fuckers!
And away.
The Mean Geek is recorded live at the Reverend Mad Duck's apartment whenever the hell we can get to it. Find us on Facebook, Stitcher, Twitter under @TheMeanerGeek. Subscribe to us through RSS.
Or we can be located at our own site, www.themeangeek.com. And most importantly of all, you can find us as a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
Email us directly at themeanergeek@gmail.com.
Mind drink now?
You may.